Do you have a good intro for us today, Lewis?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Hello, cinephiles, and welcome to Sober Screen Sips, a podcast for three idiots to talk about movies. And apart from welcoming you guys to the new year, woo, 2023, baby, we're also going to be briefly talking about how James Gunn has absolutely destroyed the DCEU and the Snyderverse.
But not Marvel.
Just a reminder, but not Marvel, but just a reminder, there are spoilers ahead for movies and TV shows that you may not have seen yet, so just know you've been warned. In today's episode, we will be talking about Jurassic Park 3. But before we get started, and before we talk about James Gunn, we're going to have Isaiah read a message from our sponsor.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor for this episode, Shaker and Spoon. It's a monthly subscription service that gives you bar quality recipes and ingredients designed by award-winning mixologists. If you like your very own subscription, then head on over to shakerandspoon.com and use our promo code SIPS10 to get $10 off your subscription. Again, that's promo code SIPS10 to get $10 off. And you can start it right now. It'll be the start of a new year.
Hell yeah, brother.
Celebrate your new year, right? You know how people are like, oh, by the end of the year, I want to, lose 20 pounds or something.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try, how many weeks are there in a year? 52. I want to try 52 new cocktails.
In a year.
Like new to me, like something like I've never tried.
52 new cocktails. I don't even know that you could, well,
there's gotta be. I have a book of drinks. The thing is, it's ingredients.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, no, I think it's a reasonable New Year's resolution. I think I could do it. That's one a week. One new drink a week.
Yeah.
Roughly. I could do 2 new drinks every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Make it up for it.
You could, yeah, that might be healthier in the long run as well. So, very quick about Mr. James Gunn here destroying the DCEU. As some of our listeners may know, James Gunn became the head of DC Films, and Superman for Man of Steel is going to be recast for Man of Steel 2 if it ever comes out.
No, they're going to take out. So Aquaman is going to release, and then they're going to end it with The Flash, and then that's it. No more Snyderverse. Everything else is going to start straight new in 2023. Oh well, 2024 whenever they decide to make the new movies.
Did they explain why?
They say they just want to start fresh, and they're going to have James Gunn handle the entirety. He's basically going to become the Kevin Feige of the DCEU is basically what they're trying to make James Gunn into. That's the idea. So he will be in charge of the overarching universe. I, for one, am not a DC fan to begin with, so this news was not anything I personally cared about too much. Like, I still haven't even seen Aquaman or Superman or The Flash. Well, no, nobody's seen The Flash. No one's seen The Flash, and nobody can see The Flash, and nobody will see The Flash.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Henry Cavill, actually, since he's Superman, let's get into our news segment because we got a good headline about him.
Sure. So now that we're starting off with this week in Hollywood, Isaiah's going to talk to us first about Avatar 2. How was that, Isaiah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, the stories I could tell.
If you could sum it up in 3 words, what would you say opening weekend for Avatar was like?
3D was busy. So for some reason, all the large formats, for some reason, they didn't, like IMAX, they didn't want to release it in regular IMAX or any 2D formats. So they were very big on pushing the 3D. So like there's a few regular showings, and at first it seemed like we weren't going to do regular showings. It was going to be like entirely all 3D. But then we ended up actually getting 2D stuff. So it was kind of weird. All the regular showings were kind of selling, but not really. Like they didn't sell out or anything like that. They got busy, but they never sold out. However, IMAX and Dolby, those always sold out.
Yeah, I heard IMAX did pretty good.
Yeah, so IMAX was pretty wild. In my opinion, it wasn't as busy as a Black Panther, though. Black Panther was way busier.
Really?
Yeah, it was constant because it was weird. All the pre-sales for Black Panther happened like 2 weeks before the movie, so everything was sold out before the showings even started. And then when they showed up, they would, like, if there were any seats, they would get picked off, and so it would sell out like an hour or two before the showing even started. So then people would be like, oh, well, I missed the 8 o'clock. I'm gonna get the 9 o'clock. Oh, the 9 o'clock sold out too. All right, I'm gonna get the 10 o'clock. So then it would just keep going to the point where like then all the showings were sold out. Avatar didn't seem to do that because nobody wanted to see the regular showings. they seemed wanting to see all the Dolby and IMAXs and 4Ds and all that stuff. So we can get into our first and see the numbers.
Also, so sorry. I want to state before we begin our new segment that just want to give you guys a quick heads up. We are recording this before the new year, but this episode is coming out in the new year. So a lot of these headlines might be a little outdated. But nonetheless, it is news anyways. So take it away, Isaiah.
So it has earned $48 million in IMAX theaters around the world, making it the second biggest IMAX opening ever, which is kind of crazy. It also has received the second biggest global opening of the year, following Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, with $435 million in the opening weekend. This includes domestic and international, by the way. The film is expected to dominate the holiday season, I'm sure well into the new year.
Oh, yeah. I have a feeling. Do you know how long it's going to be in theaters for?
It will probably be here for a very long time. So they have to become the third highest grossing film of all time just to break even, and then they have to make more money to be a profitable franchise. And that is an insane number to do.
That is an insane number to do.
So Avatar 1 is the highest grossing film of all time.
Right.
Yes. So if he wants to become if he wants his money to be paid back and then some, he's got to beat himself twice, because Titanic is number 4.
If anyone can do it, it's probably James Cameron.
Yes.
So you're telling me James Cameron is the Usain Bolt of the film world, because Usain Bolt broke his own record 3 times, I think.
Oh, then yes.
I was like, in my head, I was like, I don't think Isaiah knows sports enough to know what that means.
I did not know. So I found the exact numbers. The first Avatar, made $2.9 billion. And Titanic is number 3 with $2.2 billion. And he has to somehow beat both of those just to break even.
He has to make at least $3 billion, is what you're telling me.
Yes, for it to be oh wow, we made money, $3 billion, I guess.
Okay, well, let's keep going. Otherwise, the whole episode is just going to be about Avatar.
Good luck to James Cameron. Christopher Nolan is currently working on yet another masterpiece of his, Oppenheimer.
Woo!
Starring
I'm so excited.
Cillian Murphy of Peaky Blinders fame, among other things. Mr. Cillian Murphy will be playing as J. Robert Oppenheimer, the famous scientist who helped, research the atomic bomb and the nuclear bomb. Nolan plans on exploring the conflict and politics surrounding the creation of the nuclear bomb and the complicated man at the center of it all. Of course, the director is known for his loyalty to practical effects. So of course, Mr. Nolan here had to make his own atomic bomb effect, at least, because we're not going to actually detonate an actual atomic bomb, as it is a literal war crime. I love the phrasing there. Yes. Christopher Nolan hired on experts to help him recreate the look of an atomic explosion for his film. Oppenheimer opens in cinemas on July 21st, 2023.
I cannot wait. The theater is going to rattle the rafters with how big this shit's going to be.
I'm also just super fucking excited for that movie. That's a movie I need to see in theaters. It was nearly impossible, by the way, to find any film news other than coverage of the new Avatar movie, if you can't fucking tell, since 90% of this episode so far has been about it. But we were able to find a few. So Michael Keaton is set to direct a noir thriller titled Knox Goes Away. The star-studded cast includes Al Pacino, James Marsden, and Michael Keaton himself, and Marcia Gay Harden, with a strong cast in place led by the legendary Michael Keaton, both in front and behind camera. Knox Goes Away could end up being one of the more engaging noirs in recent memory. The only other one I can really think of is Lighthouse.
As I'm sure we all know, Henry Cavill announced many weeks ago that he has left his role as The Witcher. But recently, the actor has also been nixed from his role as Superman, as we discussed earlier. Now, Cavill is set to star and produce in a new Warhammer series for Amazon. The beloved actor stated, "I have loved Warhammer since I was a boy, making this moment truly special for me. And I do not trust anyone more than Henry Cavill to do anything with this, because that man is a complete nerd."
Oh, 100%.
Ned Lewis.
Well, since we are reviewing one of Steven Spielberg's many movie trilogies this season, the famed director stated in a recent interview that he truly regrets making sharks look bad in his 1975 film, Jaws. Apparently, after the film, there was an increase in great white shark trophy hunting. That's pretty fucking terrible. After a reporter asked Spielberg about the possibility of his dessert. Desert Island.
There you go.
The possibility of his desert island being surrounded by shark-infested waters. Spielberg admitted that it was still one of the things he fears, saying not to get eaten by a shark, but that sharks are somehow mad at me for the feeding frenzy of crazy fishermen that happened after 1975.
Now, lastly, my favorite production team, Blumhouse, not my favorite production team at all, is making a Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Only about 6 years too late, but sure.
Just let that sit in for a little bit. Josh Hutcherson, aka PETA from Hunger Games, and Matthew Lillard, aka fucking Shaggy, have been casted to play roles in the film, although it has not been stated who they're going to be playing just yet. However, after looking up the plot of the movie, it simply just states Five Nights at Freddy's follows a troubled security guard as he begins working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. While spending his first night on the job, he realizes the night shift at Freddy's won't be so easy to make it through, which is literally just the game.
It is just a game. I will give that the guy, I forgot his name, but the guy who's behind the Five Nights at Freddy is very dedicated to lore. I will give him that. There's a lot, I think it's too many games. I think it's too much crap's going on, but I will give him the lore is pretty kind of wild.
Anyways, and that concludes This Week in Hollywood. You can find all of our sources cited in our Discord channel.
Yay.
Now, to start off the new year, I think we need a new drink. Right, Lewis?
Yes, and we have quite the cocktail here.
Oh boy.
I have thrown a link to the video.
I see that now.
In our Discord. This is the T-Rex P cocktail. So.
Okay, continue. No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah. So this one's actually very simple to make. It is going to be Sambuca, white Sambuca, and lime juice. This was apparently made by a YouTuber who goes by the name of Thirsty Thursday Toys in honor of the 20th anniversary of Jurassic Park III. That's about all I have regarding this because I think it's an atrocity that this is even called a cocktail. But we'll go on and we'll say that I will give it a 2 out of 5. I don't like Sambuca as it is, and I'll let you guys decide what you think of a T-Rex P cocktail because we are a dumpster fire today.
What is Sambuca?
Sambuca is this Italian liqueur. Let me pull up the actual definition. It tastes like licorice.
Oh, like Twizzlers licorice, or
yeah.
So it basically kind of tastes like liquid licorice.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, similar to what is it? Jägermeister.
Oh.
This is an anise flavored, usually colorless liqueur. It's from Italy. I personally don't love it. All of my respect to my Italian friends, and it's usually chilled. And it's quite an odd. It's a very viscous liqueur. It's very strange to me. So
I would expect nothing else.
Sounds intriguing, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, despite the fucking name.
Yeah.
So what's the ingredients exactly? It's just
Sambuca and lime juice.
Shaken, not stirred. Now, I think I'd give this a 3 out of 5, mostly because I don't love Twizzlers. I think a liquid version of Twizzlers, the taste of it would probably be pretty cool. And lime juice, I don't think it'd be terrible. So another thing is, I like this energy drink called Ghost. One tastes like Swedish fish.
I know exactly which one you're talking about. The yellow can.
Yeah, the yellow can tastes like it literally is a Swedish fish flavored
sugar.
It's sugar, but it tastes like it's Swedish fish. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. I like that, and so I feel like it have a similar thing to this. So I'd be like, yeah. But obviously, I probably like a Swedish fish alcohol drink more than I would like this. So
Beth,
I think I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Oh
wow!
Because it just sounds. I mean,
intriguing.
It's really the name that's fucking me up. But it sounds like I said, I want to try new drinks. So
here you go.
Well, that was a good drink. Thank you once again, Lewis.
I just like to say that the guy, so Thursday, the Thirsty Thursdays Toys, he's got a little shot glass, right? And it's got a big pop. It's got a big dinosaur print on it, and it says "Watch your step."
Yeah, he tried to adhere as much as he could to the dedication there, I guess. But that's my segment for the day. We're going to go ahead and jump over to our final round of D&D with Beth.
Who's our...
So for this episode, or for the first round, it's you versus Lewis because somehow Lewis fucking annihilated me.
Hell yeah, brother.
But we're all down to our last 3 dinosaurs.
Yes.
So we have Lewis's T-Rex versus Isaiah's Brontosaurus to start off. And then whoever wins goes against my Velociraptor.
Yeah.
How much health does your Velociraptor have?
Everyone has 50, I believe, because I think Lewis used his heal. Let me double check on that.
I did.
Isaiah still has his heal. So if Isaiah does win, he can use it.
Damn.
Yeah, everyone has 50 still.
Okay, let's go.
And set the mood.
All right, so I'm gonna roll we'll be rolling for who gets to go first in the fight between me and Lou.
Yeah.
All right, Lou, we're going for you. You have a 4.
Yikes.
Owie.
Off to a bad start.
Oof.
He said owie.
I get a 7.
Oh.
And Isaiah's going first.
Amazing.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, Isaiah.
All right. Here we go. I have a 1.
Wow, amazing. Great job. Fantastic.
And Lou gets a 14.
Plus 5
Jesus Christ.
for 19 damage.
Oof.
What's my speed?
Because we have the same speed.
Oh, we do?
Yes, we do.
Oh, it cancels out then, I guess.
Yeah.
Damn, you're down to 31 already, Isaiah. Not looking so good.
I get a 5.
Oh my God, Isaiah. Come on, man. Get your shit together.
He gets an 18.
He's gonna just fucking...
My Brontosaurus is not gonna land a single blow. Oh no.
That's 23 damage.
Holy shit, you're down to 8 health already. What the fuck?
No.
What the fuck just happened?
But I make a comeback 19.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
22 damage.
Oh my God, what a okay, hold on. We gotta do the math here. 22, 20, what is that, 28?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Guys, it's France versus Argentina again.
Oh my God.
It's over, guys. It's over.
Yeah,
He's rolled a natural 20.
Oh my God.
My fucking gosh. That has to be the fastest fucking round. I mean, honestly, realistic though, because it was a fucking Brontosaurus versus a T-Rex. Like, what'd you fucking expect?
Mhm.
Holy shit.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, so the good thing is though, Lewis, you do not have another heal.
Yeah,
so
I
you're
know.
left at 28 and I have 50.
Yep.
Oh, my heart hurts. My chest is hurting.
All right, I'm gonna roll for who goes first, and Beth will be rolling for you. You have a 3.
Oh, great.
Lou has a 2.
Oh my God, I honestly did not expect that to happen.
That's what I thought was going to happen with Isaiah. It was going to be I rolled a 4 and he rolled a 1.
right.
What do I got?
It's 20.
That's 22 damage.
Holy shit, he's already down to 6. Damn, what's
Yep.
up with these fucking hits, man? These are some big ones.
I'm rolling the die in a new area. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. God dang. Okay.
All right,
What's he get?
Here we go. Lou, you get, unfortunately, a 4.
Oof.
Yep.
Oof. It's a 10.
You're dead.
Damn, you got wrecked.
Bethany wins.
Yeah. Look at that. Wow. What a fucking what a way to end the D&D. Shit. That was
quite
just we gave no fucks. They
the
came
D&D dice just decided, no, I'm done.
They came to play today. Jeez. That was so fast.
Indeed.
Wow.
I wrecked you and then I got wrecked.
Now, should I do one other game? Because I have another one. I have an extra game.
Okay.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring a new game. This is called, is this a real dinosaur name or did I just make it up?
Oh.
Now, I am going to present the name and you guys just guess. It's not going to be like trivia where it's like points and shit. It's just, we're just going to fuck around and find out. Okay. I have 5 dinosaurs and you have to tell me, is it real or not?
Okay.
So let's start with an easy one. Okay. The first dinosaur is named the Bambi Raptor.
Is this like its official name or like a nickname?
These are all all of the ones I'm going to present are either their official name or they are made up.
I'm going to say it's made up.
I'm gonna say it's real.
Okay, Isaiah would be correct. The Bambi raptor is a real dinosaur, named after the baby deer from Bambi.
Yeah.
And it was discovered by a 14-year-old fossil hunter in Montana, which I thought was very interesting.
Can you imagine being that kid being like, "Oh my god, I actually found a dinosaur"?
I know. I was honestly surprised too. But they named it Bambi because it was due to its young age, because they found it was only like a juvenile, I guess.
Huh.
Number 2, the drinker.
I'm going to go with false.
What about you, Isaiah?
I'm gonna say it's a nickname, so I'm gonna say yeah, it's real. I bet you.
Oh, the nicknames don't count. It has to be the official name.
Oh, you telling me there's a? Okay, no, I'm gonna say no.
Incorrect. It is the real name.
You telling me there's a dinosaur called the Drinker?
It was based off of world-renowned paleontologist Edward Drinker Cope.
Ah,
it's a small late Jurassic dinosaur, only about 2 meters long, and weighs the maximum of 10 kilograms.
Oh, so it's just as big. It's a bit bigger than a cat.
Yeah, super cute. Next is the Elvisaurus.
Yes, I'm gonna go yes. Yes.
I'll say yes. Real.
Incorrect. You guys are not good at this.
No, we are not.
Now, it's not the official name of the dinosaur. It's kind of like a nickname. Like, I think they even mentioned it in episode 2 of Jurassic Park. I think they're like the one that looks like Elvis or something like that.
Yeah.
There is a dinosaur. The official name is Cryolophosaurus, and it's jokingly referred to as the Elvisaurus because of its like crest looks like Elvis. But no, it is not the official name. Now, next one. You guys are doing great.
Thanks.
I think Isaiah's been right twice.
I think so. Okay, next one. Dialodon.
Dialodon?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm gonna say no.
Isaiah's correct. It is not made. I made it up. I literally took Diplodon and took away the P.
Isaiah is correct 3 times now.
All right, and last but not least, Erectopus.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct. That is an actual name. Erectopus was a meat-eating dinosaur with long hands and short claws. It was actually named after the Latin words for upright foot, if you know what I mean. If I was a dinosaur, I would hate to fucking be given that name out of them all.
They come back from extinction to eat the guy who named them.
Yeah. But anyways, I thought that was a fun one. I was having so much fun looking up like fucking different dinosaurs. And I was like, there's no way this is real. And then I did deep dive and I was like, holy shit. Paleontologists, it's the same thing with most scientists. It gets to the point where people just like have fun with the names. And it's like, yeah, that's the scientific name now because of it. Yeah. It's great. So Isaiah.
Wah, wah.
With your facts.
Hi, I have facts. Now, I don't got a lot of facts today because this movie exists. There's not a lot to say about this movie, like behind the scenes wise. There's a few things about like very specific things, but not like overall. So we'll start with what the original script was supposed to be. The original script was supposed to be originally about 2 planes of families flying to the Galapagos Islands, but then the plane with the children ended up crashing into Isla Sonar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other plane touches down to go rescue them. However, 5 weeks before filming, they were like, "This script is too big in scope. We need to scale it down." So they threw out the whole script and started fresh, and a whole new one was written. The one that we ended up getting. The Raptors and the Spinosaurus animatronics, though, they were already being built because they were basing it off of the original script. So they had to bring those elements from the original plot to the new one.
Interesting.
So it takes about 12 people to work on a raptor animatronic using what's called a telemetry device, which is basically a device that resembles the shape of a dinosaur, which of its segments. And each segment is controlled by different people. So the arms are controlled by one person, the legs are controlled by another, the heads are controlled by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
They have to learn to move in sync.
Yes. Now, the Spinosaurus was controlled by strapping a suit-like telemetry device onto a person, and they would control the movement of the dinosaurs by reenacting as if they are the dinosaur. And apparently, it would run with about 1,000 horsepower.
Oh shit!
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that thing could whip its head back and forth at I think it was like 30, 40 miles an hour or something crazy like that.
My goodness.
Jesus Christ.
And these things are huge. I think the thing's like 45 feet tall, I think, the Spinosaurus.
Yeah, that was so is this essentially like the early version of motion capture?
It's a very rudimentary version of it, but yes.
Yeah.
Because it looks like an exoskeleton and wrapped around a dude, and he's got those little claws, hanging from his arms, and he's just moving around, and doing things.
Crazy.
Great noise.
Pretty crazy.
Now, during the battle between the T-Rex and the Spinosaurus animatronics actually ripped the head of the T-Rex off.
Oh my
Jesus.
So they were going at it, and because the scene is a blend of CGI and animatronics, which they were very. It was like the first time they were able to blend them together, because there's a real in one of the shots. There's a real animatronic T-Rex, but there's no Spinosaurus. So the Spinosaurus actually grabs and latches onto the neck of the T-Rex. There is no Spinosaurus actually doing that. That's CGI, but the T-Rex is the animatronic, and so it's pretending it's getting ripped apart. And then there's a lot of blends. There's a lot of shots and blending of the things into each other, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while the other movies were filmed in Kauai, one of the islands of Hawaii, and I believe the second one, a lot of it was filmed in the California woods. Most of this movie was actually filmed in Universal Studio 12, with a full jungle created in the set.
Nice.
Yeah, so most of the jungle you see is actually not even in Hawaii. It's mostly at Universal Studios.
Nice.
And for our final fact, which is completely out of left field, but it was the funniest one I could find, the effects crew had to use 250 gallons of oatmeal to simulate the Spinosaurus poop.
That was oatmeal?
It was 250 gallons of oatmeal, yes.
That's a big pile of shit.
Those are my 250 gallons of poop facts.
So now we're going to jump into the movie reviews, and I will keep mine short and sweet. I have very distinct memory, like the opening scenes and the plane crash in the trees. Very vivid memories from like my aftercare days, which is probably where I watched this.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, I did joke in our personal chat, that Spielberg was right to abandon ship, so to speak. But yeah, no, it was definitely number 2 and number 3 did not really need to be made. I understand the cash grab was there. Number 3 kind of tanks somehow, some way tanks harder than number 2. But at the same time, I feel like if we had to compare it, I would say this was like somewhat more well written in a sense. Final rating 2.5.
I originally remember this movie being absolutely god awful. The parts I did remember about it were not good parts. However, I did watch this movie like maybe 6-7 years ago, something crazy like that. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's terrible either, though.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than the second one, in my opinion. It's definitely not better than the first, though, because no. Even Steven Spielberg himself admitted that the second one wasn't as good as the first, but they were just there to have fun. And I can feel it in the movie. I just disagree with most of the choices on why they thought it'd be fun. It just didn't make much sense. This one, actually, the director Joe Johnston is a personal friend and a coworker of Steven Spielberg, and he had asked Steven Spielberg, said, "Hey, if there's ever a sequel, can I direct it?" And Spielberg said, "I will. I'm actually going to make a second one. I'm going to do that one though. But if there's ever a return to the third, if there's ever a third sequel, then you can do it." And then the second that he said that the third one was going to happen, he immediately gave the job to Joe Johnston and said, "Hey, do it. I'm going to help you produce it." And that's how that story went about. And there is passion about this one, especially to the animatronics and everything involved with the dinosaurs. That part, they're very dedicated to it, and I will give them that. Now my notes start here with Alan. Alan. It's the best. Oh my god, me and my friends, we always reference that. Like we'll just say like Alan to get someone's attention. It's absolutely hilarious. Love that. There were times where the CGI did look a little wonky. You can tell there was screen. When it came to the dinosaurs, everything was kind of on point. There were a few moments I was like, that was kind of weird, but it is this is like 1997. So
2001.
Oh, 2001? Damn.
Probably started filming in like 98, 99 though.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the second one was in 97. So there were a few moments where I was like, that didn't look right, but I'll toss it up to the times. I'll give them that. But
yeah,
when it didn't come to the dinosaurs, anything else that was CGI or you could tell there was green screen. It was kind of bad. And I was like, oh, that's not that looks terrible. There are a few parts that are just comically bad where it's like it's more funny than it is actually comical. It's more funny than it is supposed to be scary, because especially the scene where there's the plane and there's a shot of the plane falling.
Oh, I know exactly which shot you're talking about. I hate that so much.
Everybody's like
It's
screaming
so
at the camera.
Comic. It's so cartoon like humor. Ugh.
Yeah, it felt so out of place. And there was a few moments like that. And I was like, I don't like that. That's
felt very Disney.
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy had her fingers on it.
So, and there's a lot of convenient in the plot of, just happened to come the entire island, right? This island is freaking huge. Just happened to find the stepdad. Just so happened to find the kid. Just so happened to end up here. Just so happened to do this. Like, it's a lot of conveniences. I'm like, okay. Eventually, just like one convenience. All right, sure, I'll give you that one. But when you hit like 5, my suspension of disbelief is now like gone, because you're telling me this island is this huge. You got all these types of dinosaurs on it, and they just so happen to be running into all these like things that they just need for the plot to go on. No, all right, that's it. And the couple, the divorced parents coming together, they had a plot that I kind of didn't really care about. There was no point.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool, sure, I guess. The bickering, the arguing, their stupidity, like it just was not fun to watch for that.
Something I did want to throw in, because I thinking about like how they wrote it, at least the creative story they tried to put behind the Velociraptor pack.
Yes.
So like the fact that like ever since the first film we've already known that they were like smart, right? But I don't remember particularly how they stood out, if they really even were featured in the second film. But in this film, just exponentially smarter. And even that last one that was like more lethal, where it like is trying to lure people down because of that one guy. And then they go ahead and it's like, oh, they're not going to come down. We're just going to kill him now, and snaps his neck, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate the creativity behind, like making this thing seem like a thinking, savage, almost human creature.
Yeah. I have to give credit to the writing. There are, like, when it comes to sequels, people kind of just throw things to the wind to be like, we don't really got to put too much thought in that. When it comes to Dr. Allen and his arc of what he's doing in his thought process and like why he is the way he is, it works very well. I think the story is when it's about him, the story is written very well. It is
absolutely.
He is, every decision he makes it makes sense. He is doing it because he doesn't want to be here. He's doing it because he had actually like not moral reasons, but like a actual reason to do something, of being like, I really don't want to do this, but I do need the money. These guys are offering the money. I do think it was stupid that nobody researched the company before they took them, like said, hey, we're going to go do this.
Yeah. Yes.
But, whatever. Another convenience, just got to get the plot to move along. But yeah, anything that had to do with him and his lines, anything he was doing made perfect sense. And if the movie just kind of focused around him and not so much this weird plot of finding a lost child who somehow survives on a dinosaur infested island for 8 weeks, I don't know. I feel like it could have been better.
Yeah.
But I will give the CGI for the dinosaurs, because they put a lot of effort into it, and it does show, is pretty good. The writing around Dr. Alan Grant, perfect. And it's actually only 90 minutes. It's not even a 2-hour movie. So this is 91 minutes.
Yeah, that was nice. I liked that.
And then so I think it's a pretty average film. I give it a 3 out of 5. But I also don't think it's like the worst the entirety of the series, because that ode goes to a different movie that we will get to.
Oh boy.
Well, the funniest thing is, I remember seeing earlier, this one is currently still listed as the lowest of the original trilogy, but it was only surpassed by the film you're referring to in the entire series.
Exactly. And you guys will have to keep listening to find out which one I'm talking about.
And Bethany.
Okay.
Ooh, she's hitting us with the okay.
I'm going to warn anyone listening that there will probably be some volume warnings coming up, because I might get a little mad.
Oh no.
Okay.
Turning my volume down.
So let me start by saying what I did like. Okay, now let's move on to what I didn't like. So first off, I think that, so there was a wave of CGI between like the late 1990s and the early 2000s, right? We saw it with Phantom Menace. We saw it with what was it? Like, I can't think of another one off the top of my head, but we saw it within that era where CGI was this like new exciting thing and everyone had to put it in their movies. And sometimes it works. Like we've seen it in the previous Jurassic Parks, but there was something about the CGI in this one that struck a nerve for some reason. And I think it was just the overuse of it. And it was almost, yes, I understand, you know, this is 2001, right? This is 21 years ago. Well, 22 years ago now that this came out. So obviously we've advanced since then. But like I felt like there was the ratio of CGI to animatronics was off balanced. Whereas I felt like with the last two, there was more animatronics and less CGI.
Fair.
And I'm not just referring to the dinosaurs, like, for example, what Isaiah said about the airplane. It's just like that bothered me because I was like, oh, great. This is kind of where we start with the CGI aspect of Jurassic Park. Like when we get into Jurassic World, you know what I mean? Like that's the bridge, I guess.
In a sense.
I think now, Luis, you mentioned the raptor breaking the guy's neck.
Yes.
I actually didn't like that scene. And
I'm not even so much referring to to clarify,
No,
I'm
wait.
not even so much referring to the scene. It's more the writing behind that. But yes, go ahead.
hear me out.
Yes.
After listening to what you said about it, I have changed my mind.
Oh,
Yes. So I wouldn't necessarily say I loved it, but I can understand what they were trying to go get after. And and once you mentioned that, it reminded me that they have kind of been building that concept since the very beginning with like the raptors and stuff just being so fucking smart. And for them to be like, you know, to actually have a plan and have a trap. And then once their plan was executed, they're like, okay, we have no use for you anymore. Like, we don't even want to eat you at this point. That I'll give them credit to. Okay. Have you guys ever seen The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan?
yes.
Yes, I have.
Okay. You understand the premise of that?
Classic. Yes.
100%. This movie is the exact same fucking story, but with dinosaurs.
I'm gonna need you to explain
Really,
that
just
one.
say that.
I need you to. This is the dinosaur.
I don't
parent
need you to
trap.
explain
Okay.
that one. I'm just kind of shocked that you even said it.
Listen.
The dinosaur parent trap.
Listen. So I'm specifically referring to the story between the couple, the divorced couple.
The Kirby's.
Yes, the Kirbys. Thank you. They start off obviously butting heads, not working, right? And then throughout the movie, they're reminded about why they did work. And they're like, oh, you've changed. Oh, I've changed. Oh, we can actually work together. Oh, our child is bringing us
in
back
danger.
together because the real important thing is our love for this child. It's the fucking Parent Trap.
Jurassic Park Parent Trap.
I don't think.
I'm not saying it's an exact replica. I'm just saying it's the same concept.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a concept that's limited to the Parent Trap.
No, but I was like, it was more of just like oh, wait a minute. I've seen this before. I remember the pterodactyl scene so well that I have been talking about it for the last 2 episodes as being like the number one scene I remember. I don't know why I remember that one so much, but it's stuck with me. So to finally get to see it in fruition, it pleased me.
It's been thrown out for the last 2 movies.
Yeah. Here's where it's going to get a little loud. I fucking hate Amanda.
The mom?
Not your girlfriend. No, I
Thank you for clarifying. Yes.
Yes. I know. I fucking hate her character so much. She's a whiny little fucking bitch the entire movie. I do not like her. She is not funny. She is annoying. And I wanted her to be eaten by a dinosaur. Thank you.
We're talking about the mom?
Yes, the blonde.
Yes.
So annoying.
I agree. I didn't get that much hatred from her, but
you can ask Jacob. I was literally like screaming at the TV, shut the fuck up, because like specifically when she was like, Eric, I was like, oh my God, you sound like a fucking parrot. Shut up. I'm so mad.
Alan.
Also,
Alan.
how did Ellie just call the entire fucking Navy?
Yeah, I know, right? Like the Costa Rican government's like, we won't send anybody there. You go there, you're gonna die. We're not gonna come get you.
And
But
then
that
she's
was
like,
like
hey,
US
yo, my
Navy.
homie's there on the island. And they're like, oh, bitch, we got you. And they just show up in an instant. I was like, first off, she has connections to the entire Navy force and like military in general. Like, what are you doing now, Ellie? Like,
Oh, wait a minute. Her husband works for the State Department.
ah,
There
there it is.
I forgot about that.
So he works for a state
No, it was just
department.
No, like the federal State Department. Like,
Oh. I thought you were saying like a department in the state. And I was like, that doesn't do shit. Parks and Rec.
he's not the governor's office, working for the state of Maryland or something. No, he works for the State Department of the United States.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes more sense. Yeah, I think, and then there was just a lot of like little dumb moments that just kind of, like I said, struck a nerve. The last one I had written down was the phone ringing in the dinosaur's belly.
Yeah.
That was so, you would not hear that, first off.
very Disney.
And it was very Disney. Yes, you were right.
That is Kathleen Kennedy's fingers on the pulse.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't it take bodies way longer than eight weeks to fucking like fully decompose like that one guy?
Depends on the condition.
Human environment? Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Like he didn't have a wound or anything, so he didn't die right away, did he? Have a wound?
No. It doesn't explain how he dies. But his body was left hanging there for 8 weeks in the humidity of the Costa Rican tropicals. Meaning, yeah, within like a week, his body would have been absolutely like disgusting.
In regards to that scene, Amanda, that's where Amanda started pissing me off, was her 5-minute fucking scream.
Yes.
Because of the body. I was like, okay, we get it. Shut up now. Like the scene's over kind of thing. Overall, I would rate it a little bit higher than than the second one. So it's a 2.5 for me. It still was pretty bad overall, but it was not as bad as the gymnast in the second one. So, and I really liked that pterodactyl scene. I don't know why. It's just spooky. So
Spoopy.
That's my rating.
All right. Well, that was quite an episode to start the new year.
What a shit show. So yeah, thank you guys for I wouldn't even still be listening. But we finished I'm kidding. We have officially finished the original trilogy of Jurassic Park. So now we are on to Jurassic World. But so remember to follow us on social media at Silver Screen Sips for any and all updates on episodes, memes, and whatever. You can also find us on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, Audible, and Google Podcasts. And you can also send us your movie suggestions by emailing us at silverscreensips@gmail.com. And we will see you guys in next, I guess it's the same season. We'll just see you in the next episode then, where we dive into Jurassic World.
Nice.
It's a whole world of dinosaurs.
A whole new world.
Alan.